Hi, today we are talking about your online presence is broken. I know why and how to fix it. So, in the next 30 minutes, maybe even shorter, I'm going to tell you what makes your online presence invisible, what makes you broken, what gives you a gap, why people aren't finding you. And the sad fact is, most business owners never spend any time thinking that there could be problems with their online presence because they only know how to drive a business. Well, I'm Michelle Bedard. I'm a digital marketing strategist, and I've been in business for over 20 years, helping businesses just like yours be found. The first identity that you need to deal with is a self-examination. So look at yourself and say, am I at a place right now where I can look at my online presence, giving the tips that Michelle's going to give me, and honestly do an audit? Where do I stand? What could be happening? So, the first thing is I'm going to tell you that I'm very proud of you for taking the first step to acknowledge that there could be something wrong with your online presence and that you're willing to take the steps necessary or to hire somebody to fix those. So, I'm going to teach you really quickly, if it's okay with you, the four pillars of a stellar, steady online presence that is going to bring you more attraction, more engagement, more likes, more comments, more people, more sales, and hopefully more time so that you can live the life that you want to live. And none of us want to be tied to a computer or our business 24/7. Step number one, we're going to talk about messaging. When you look at your website, when you have somebody look at the ad that you've done or your Facebook post, is it clear? We are in a group. There's several of us in a group, and one of the girls just gave a post, and she had an Instagram, and she's like, "Hey, I want everybody to know that I'm in business," and her business happens to be doing laundry, which is fantastic. What a great idea! But her image didn't include a website, and it was a little vague. What is a bag? Like she says, okay, we charge you X amount of dollars per bag. Well, I know a couple people that are going to shove as much as they can and hand over a 10-pound bag versus maybe 5 items in a bag. And so we talked about maybe you should charge per the pound so that it's quite clear, quite even. So that was one thing. And I said to her, why don't you look at the questions that people are asking you on your post, about your post? Because those are the answers that you need to, those are the questions that you need to answer. That's what's making your messaging unclear. And when we don't have clarity, we move on. Number two is your website. Take a look at the website. When was the last time that you optimized it? When was the last time you built it? You refreshed it? Websites are your 24/7 employee. People can go to your website and find your hours, your services, reviews, testimonials. They can find your Facebook, your social media, everything on there to sell your business, whether it's online or a brick and mortar location. You should have a website that is robust, that is user friendly, has clear marketing, has images, and is mobile optimized as well. And for the new algorithms, for the AEO, which is now the artificial online optimization, you should really have an FAQ section. Every website should have an FAQ, and your website should be written in a way that a fifth grader could understand. So think fifth grade writing style. That's what we don't want to go high-end level reading. We want the basic person to understand and have a clear messaging system that has your website answering our questions. It should have everything on it. So by the time we are picking up the phone to call you, we're ready to make a sale. Again, ask somebody how to do your website if you don't know. And most of you don't, because let's face it, we're business owners. What else about your website? Images. Be very careful about what images you choose because they have a direct reflection on you, your website, your business. So let's make them happy, clear, clean. We have the ability to use AI. We have iStock images that you can purchase. There are some free sources like Pixabay where you can get free images. You can use the ones that you have from your phone. You can have video. Just make sure that it's able to be opened and that your website is something that you're proud of. It's a direct reflection of you and your business. So spend some time looking at your website. And if it doesn't have people wowed, you can tell people's bounce rate. they're going to end up usually on your home page. And if that bounce rate is really quick, which you can look at through analytics, then you're not giving your customers what they want. They're coming to your website to look for something. If they bounce off, they're not getting it. Don't have your buttons hidden. If you want a call to action, as you should, call me, download, get the PDF, schedule an appointment. Make sure that that button is clear and it's visible and it's right up front. Don't make people think too much or we're going to go off page. So we've talked about reviews and we've talked about websites. Now, so right with you, we're going to keep going because I could talk about this all day long, but I promised you a short webinar. Number 3, we're going to talk about the importance of social media, how to use social media, what you're doing wrong, and why this could be costing you customers. Social media is a tool for discussion. Social media is not meant to have you post something and then disappear. That's not the purpose of social media. It's to have an engagement. So a few things about social media. Number 1, in my opinion, your personal Facebook page is not the place to talk about your business. Now, I know some people disagree and some people use it as a source of getting business, but for me and other people, your personal space is there for you to show your family, your gardening, your vacations, what funny, make me laugh, something funny about Halloween or your animals, your vacation, your kids, whatever. I don't want to talk about business on personal page. That's what your business page is for. And I also tell people, your personal page, if you're there to get business, your friends and anybody on your page should know what you do. Use your business page as a source to attract the people who don't know what you do, because I can't find you on your personal page as someone outside of your personal Facebook group family. I can find you outside because your business page is there to be public. And also I can run ads from a business page, not a personal page. Now, Facebook is giving you some opportunities to have different pages where you can post things that you want just a certain group of people, like maybe you just have some girlfriends and you don't want all of the public to see that, or maybe you want to post your kids on your personal page. Maybe you want to use that as something that you just don't have the whole world to see. Look up, figure out what you can use Facebook for. But again, I will tell you, separate personal from business. How to post, what to post. All right, you have an 80-20 rule. You get to post 20% of the time. So 1 out of 5 posts is about your business. The rest of them are about the community, interesting facts. You could talk about, like for me in marketing, I can share something about marketing with you. I can share the latest statistics about Google Console. That's for another webinar. And I'm not going to promote myself more than once for every 5 posts. And I would also say that your audience is going to tell you what they like to see and what they don't like to see. And anything with you in it, videos, reels, take a look. What do people like? But anything with you in it tends to drive more traffic than anything business related. So if you can combine the two, if you can get a sense of what your audience really likes, then you're going to have the opportunity to really get some more engagement. Please do not post and ghost. Again, your business page is for you to reach out. So when someone comments, like it, comment back, follow them, invite them to follow you. Posting and ghosting, no, absolute, not allowed on social media. Social media is also not the place just for you to post. Your job is to go out and engage with other people. For example, use Facebook groups. That's what I'm doing now. I'm in a brand new state. I'm in a brand new town, and I am finding clients going to Facebook groups. And I'm not just selling myself. Yeah, I can post, hey, this is how you found me on my webinar, but I'm also going to offer the opportunity to be of service to you because I want to help you. And if I can be of service, genuinely want to help you, if you get to the point where you're like, oh my God, Michelle, I didn't know that. That's awesome. How do you set up a Google business listing? How do you use YouTube? Then I'm going to get a client out of that. But be genuine about it. I've noticed that sometimes on the Facebook groups, it's like ants to a picnic. Somebody's like, hey, I have a new business and I was just curious if any of you, and everybody who can solve that person's problem is going to grasp on, and it becomes a seller's nightmare, meaning they're selling their business to you. So be very aware that sometimes just liking it, supporting somebody, putting your name out there, you are getting rewarded for showing up on other people's pages. The Google algorithm, Facebook algorithms now reward comments, shares, and downloads more than they're doing likes because they know if you're just scrolling on your phone, scroll, you're not as engaged. If you tend to leave a comment and you share it, you follow them, you download them, Facebook is going to give you a higher approval rating, and therefore you're going to get more engagement. Next, again, websites, messaging, social media. Number 4, with your approval, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to talk about the last pillar of a stellar, solid online marketing presence: reviews. 95% of people look for you online before they buy from you. 90% of the people consider a review the same as a referral. So if you don't think reviews are important, I'm going to send you to go look and have you read the data. They are absolutely important because we want to know, what do others think about that service or that product or that business? We're going to read the reviews. So it's very important for you to ask for reviews. How do you ask for reviews? Well, hey, thank you so much for working with me on your online presence. And I really hope that I helped you get your solid online presence conditioned so that you can get more sales. And I was wondering if you thought that my business practices worked and were in alignment with what you expected. As a result, would you leave me a review? The best would be if you left it on Google, and I'll send you the link if it's okay with you. I can send you the link. Would you prefer it on Facebook, on text message, or on your email? One way, ask. Number 2, send it in an email. Number 3, put it as part of your email signature. I think realtors do a really good job of saying, if you're happy with my services, or I do well with services, and please leave me a review. Or I do well with referrals, please leave me a review. Again, that is part of your job. I've seen people, I went to a chiropractor and I made sure that I Googled him before I stepped foot. I've never been to a chiropractor. The last thing I wanted was to have somebody who didn't know what they were doing make my condition worse. I wanted to make sure that he was legit, that other people liked him, that he was fair, that he was honest, that he was licensed, and he was affordable. When I went in, he actually had a sign that said, please leave me a review. And he had Google and he had Yelp and he had QR codes so that we could easily just click and go. I've seen people get pieces of paper, whatever it is that you need to do. I actually had somebody hire me, thanks, David, to get reviews. So I would reach out to his clients because let's face it, we're all busy. I can ask you once, oh, I meant to get back to her and I'm not avoiding her. I just forgot. I have something else. So most people don't mind, but you really have to guide them to it. You just can't say, could you please leave me a review? A lot of people don't know. And I will tell you that with reviews, Google is really particular about the reviews. They are against anything fake. They want to make sure that the person is a legitimate user, that they say something valuable and not just leave a star, that you really put into a comment something that makes it sound like you did business with that person. Hey, Deb, thank you so much for a great haircut. I love the new blonde streaks that you put in my hair and the conditioner that you used and the oil. Could you please give me the name of that? And I can't wait for our next appointment when we're going to catch up and talk about our families again. And that's a legitimate, honest, genuine review. And other people are going to look to see what it is that you've left a review on, and that's what's going to determine whether or not they're going to get business. The second part about reviews is you need to answer them. If somebody's taken the time to leave you a review, especially if it's great, thank them. I have a friend who is so great about the way he leaves reviews. He'll say, hi, Lori, it was such a great pleasure working with you and your husband, and I'm so glad that the outdoor barbecue worked for you in this instance, and happy barbecuing, and let me go ahead and send you my barbecue recipe. That's his answer to those people. Very detailed, very in-depth. We're humans. We like to interact with people. We're social beings. We're social animals. That's a really nice answer to give. And that also gives you an opportunity to sell yourself. When I read those type of reviews and the answers that these people give, I can tell a lot about that business by the way they answer. And I can tell a lot about businesses that don't answer. So if I'm going to go through the trouble and you don't care, well, I'm just going to say you don't get my business anymore because you obviously either didn't care, you don't know to do it, you don't know how to do it, but oh, I think I'm going to go to somebody who appreciates my business. Last thing regarding reviews. If you get a nasty review or a negative review, and let's just be honest, we cannot all please everybody. And sometimes people leave reviews more when they're upset than when they're happy. So you need to answer those reviews. That is your opportunity to go back and say, well, I remember it this way. And then we can tell what really went on. When a business takes the time to address negative reviews, that gives you, an outsider, an opportunity to get into that business owner's mindset. And it usually shuts down the person who's complaining. There are two sides to every story. So, again, for reviews, ask for them, respond to them, and especially respond to the negative reviews. Again, when your online presence has clean, clear, strategic, optimized messaging, you're going to get more customers because we now understand what you do. Number two, when you have a website that is fully optimized, that is updated, that has frequently asked questions, when your content is fresh, when you have blogs, we're going to tend to use you more too. Because that's a trust issue as well. And I'm going to know everything about you. And hopefully by the time I've looked at your website, I'm ready to make a decision. Number three, we're going to talk about the social media aspect of your online presence. You need to be on social media. Pretty much everyone, except maybe my mom, is on social media. And that is your opportunity to gain 90% of the market. Billions of people are on social media, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Get on it. Respond. Don't just post about yourself. I'm gonna be very soft with the posting to Facebook versus posting to business, but don't just post and ghost. And then we'll use hashtags, and I'll talk about all different ways on how to respond to a message, how to write a message, a post, and what should be included in it. That's another topic. And then number four, reviews. Ask them, respond in negative. And there you have it. So 2:20, unless there's any other questions, I'm just going to go ahead and let you go. And I would say, if you have any questions about what your online presence looks like, I do offer a $297 90-minute consultation. And it's you and me one-on-one, where you get to ask me, Michelle, audit my website, my online presence, look at my reviews, look at my social media. What tips can you give me? And I will, 20 years of experience, I can tell you right away, an hour and a half, you get a lot of useful information. And I guarantee you that that is going to make a difference in your business, or I will refund your money. I also have an online presence audit. I have a worksheet. I put it on the link to the webinar, the client attraction fix, that also has a worksheet. So the first guide allowed you the opportunity to just look through what I've talked about. The second one is the worksheet for you actually to check off where you are in the online presence journey. Thank you, my friends. And again, this is Michelle Bedard. If you found my content useful, please share it with anybody you know. And I will go ahead and put back my number and my website and an email and a scheduling calendar. If you want to book the 297 consultation with me, it's called the online presence audit. You can work with me strategically, consultation. Let's get you back up and moving so you can get more clients. Till next time. Thank you.